It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny.
Hello, welcome to Manga Talk Mini. We're just a simple little podcast that we do for fun, talking about manga and other little shit like that. I am Kyle, the OTAKU husband.
And I'm Matt.
And today we're discussing a little bit about sports manga. Any sports manga that we like, or anything that we don't like, or just in between. Alright. So, Matt, you've read some sports manga. I know you're.
I have. Stopping you right there. I have not read very many sports manga. I have watched sports anime though.
Yeah.
So.
But I know you're a really big fan of Haikyuu.
Haikyuu, probably my favorite of the sports anime genre. Yes, very much so.
Yeah, I also like Haikyuu, but
Okay, it's actually Haikyuu is very good, but Haikyuu is probably one of the tops as well.
Yeah, I would say my all-time favorite is I Shield 21.
Okay.
Yes. Well, no. Here's the thing. I Shield 21. I liked it because it's a premise. American football is a premise you don't see too often. And I'm not a big football fan, but you know what? It's one of those manga. It made a topic that I'm not normally interested about, and made it interesting.
From the anime point of view, I 3 to 5 episodes. I don't remember how far I got. I don't think I got past 5 episodes. I tried Eye Shield 21, was not interested, was not hooked from the beginning. I don't know if it's I don't football in general, so I don't know if it was that about it, or if it was just the characters, or what. I'd get into Eye Shield 21 at all.
Maybe if we read the manga, maybe it might change. That opinion might change.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Eye Shield 21, I remember reading it when it first came out in Jump, and then reading it more. It first came out in Jump in Japan and in the US, and I remember reading it a lot, and I really loved the premise. I loved Sana Kobayawa, the main character. I liked his him training and getting better at it, and just it's the little guy. It's sort of I like the stories where the little guy shows that he has potential.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
That's one of the reasons I like it so much. And I also like well, there's ones that are like Captain Tsubasa. But I can see
I don't know.
It's a soccer manga.
Oh, okay.
It was one of the big Jump sports manga, and it's still going on today.
I'll have to check that one out.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. That one's really good.
I've had my I've been kind of on the fence with soccer manga. The last soccer anime that I watched was I didn't watch the entire thing, but from what I did watch, I watched Giant Killing, which
Giant Killing is really good. The manga is really good too for that.
I can honestly say, I don't know if they do. I'm sure they do something similar in the manga, but it's in the anime. One thing that I thought was incredible was most of the, when characters talk in whatever language they're supposed to talk in, it's always in Japanese because it's a Japanese anime or whatever. So they always talk in Japanese. In Giant Killing, there is several international teams, and whenever they speak in the language that they speak, and there are Japanese subtitles as well as American subtitles. It's whatever they're saying, but it's they speak in whatever language they speak in. But it's whenever they think inside their head and have their own things that's in Japanese, but it's like whenever they're speaking to another character or something, whenever they're speaking out loud, they speak in whatever language that they speak, which is just something that I've never encountered in any other anime. So
Yeah, it's
got that going for it.
It's very rare that they'll have foreigner characters actually speak in their foreign language. You know, again like that, because the most recent Detective Conan movie, like, it was based in Singapore. Not to go off topic of sports manga, but they did that like where like a lot of people, most of the characters that were Singaporean spoke English. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. And
Okay.
there's some people you could tell that they're native English speakers, and there were some people you could tell it was a Japanese person just trying to read off, you know what I mean, as best as they could, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things like you can tell who was the native English speaker, who wasn't. And anyways, like Captain Tsubasa is really good. It's currently one of the more longer running manga series because it starts out with Tsubasa as a kid.
Yeah.
It starts out with him as a kid, and then it goes into his like middle school and high school days, and like goes social going to be a professional soccer player.
Okay.
And it's like it's got many anime adaptations, and which they had a current one. They had a current one, that one that came out last year, and that was really good. But it was kind of jarring with the anime adaptation because Captain Tsubasa came out in the late 70s, early 80s, and to see like a smart in the newest adaptation doing like the beginning arcs of the manga, them showing smartphones and stuff. I understand you're bringing it to the modern era, and that just nothing else has changed but just technology. You know?
Yeah.
But it's still always a little jarring when they do that, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
So, like, I can understand if it was, like, a manga that came out in, like, 2004 and then it got adapted to an anime, then they do that, like, okay, that's a little more understandable. Cell phones were around, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But not exactly smartphones. But a manga that was based in the late 70s, early 80s, and then you see smartphones being around, that's kind of annoying. Not annoying, but more like it's jarring at best. You know,
I understand that.
it's like, okay, you really had to modernize this. Like, they still print Captain Tsubasa, so it's like it still has a timeless feel. I mean, there's no reason you had to modernize it.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, it's each stuff. But it was good. I mean, it was a good adaptation. I mean, it was very faithful to the manga.
Like, just going on soccer anime.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, Giant Killing is the only one that the one that I tried getting in. Honestly, I liked it. I didn't I stopped watching it. I never finished it, but it's like I don't really have a reason for it. It just kind of happened. I guess I was watching other stuff and it just kind of like took over. But Giant Killing, I remember being really good. I go back and finish it. I'll probably do that later now that I think. But Giant Killing was really good in the fact that it was like there's nothing like supernatural about it. I think like the biggest thing is like there's the one character for like the main team, the Giant Killing team or whatever they are. I think they're just called the Giants or whatever.
I think so too. It's been a while.
Character in that series, he can run slightly faster than the average person. Not like super speed, but like literally like milliseconds faster than the.
It's
So
not
it's
like
that. That's his thing. Like he's just a fast runner. It's not like anything super crazy or anything like that.
It's not like Inazuma 11.
Yeah, that's what I was
bullshit.
about to bring. Looking up Inazuma 11 because everybody said that it was so a good everything. So I tried looking that up, and that's like you take soccer and give it like every character has Dragon Ball Z powers, and like that's Inazuma 11, and it was like I could not get into it. Literally, the first episode,
Well,
the main villain shows up and he wants to play soccer to prove to everybody that soccer is bad and just destroy it or whatever. And so but like the main characters are like, no, soccer's great, I love it, so like you should too. And like to a game, and the main evil villain like kicks the soccer ball up into the air and uses his super secret technique where black shadow energy shoots out from him and then like shoots around the soccer ball. The soccer ball raises into the air and the guy throws his hands out like in a Kamehameha wave kind of stance, and he shoots the soccer ball forward. And I'm sitting there watching that. I'm just like, what the fuck am I watching? Like this is garbage. Like I thought like
I've read the
Ball Z soccer would be really.
I've read the
No, that I did not. I was not enthralled at all by that.
Well, I read the manga adaptation for it for Inazuma 11, because Inazuma 11 was a series of video games too.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the DS, and it was really popular. It's I read the manga adaptation. The manga is done by the same artist who did Digimon Adventure V-Tamer 01 manga.
Okay.
Yeah, he did the artwork for that, and that was a really good. But the manga is really good. It's not it still has like the whole superpower Dragon Ball Z shit, like for soccer, but it's at least a little more like how would I put it? It's not
as crazy.
Yeah, it's not as crazy because it's on paper. More on paper than it's more. I think it's more digestible that way.
I can understand that. Yeah.
Than just seeing it all pure at once on the anime. Like, yeah, because I watched it both in the English dub and the Japanese version. The English dub's actually all right. It's just they just Americanize the names of the characters. That's it. The English dub is because the English dub was done in Southeast Asia.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so like I always liked seeing anime dubs from here in this region of Southeast Asia. You know, English dubs from there because they're always so rare, and then when you watch them, they're actually and this is one of the better one. It was one of the better ones.
Yeah, some of the best.
Yeah, it's actually not some of the best. It varies, you know. I mean, like American English dubs, it varies.
Okay.
But it's like, because it's more like I like it because of the rarity factor of them. If you get my meaning.
Yeah, man, I can understand that.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, it's all right. I mean, Inazuma 11's okay, but I like also Slam Dunk is a really good one.
Slam Dunk I've never checked out. I have not seen any basketball anime, but I have heard. Like, I'm pretty sure Slam Dunk is like one of the top sports manga.
Oh, it's considered
in Japan.
It's considered like the best sports manga in Japan.
Okay.
Like, because this manga, like I've heard from a lot of Japanese people who have read it, like people who are half Japanese or full Japanese who have read it. I've talked to people about Slam Dunk, and like who either around or who were like young kid who were like our ages now, like who read it during the time when they were young kids.
Mm-hmm.
Got people or like just full grown ass adults who read it when they were teenagers back then. Like they said, like this manga was the reason they even liked basketball in the first place, and like that's
pretty incredible.
It got an entire generation into basketball. That's how big this manga was.
I will say, like, just kind of jumping away from that. Like I said, probably the top two sports manga, sports anime I would recommend are Hajime no Ippo and Haikyuu. Hajime no Ippo is a boxing anime and
boxing manga
got
anime,
me.
yeah.
Boxing series. Got me into wanting to boxing. Like it's just like it's pretty incredible. I will say like I think they came out with a newer newer episodes of the series that follows like basically the coach. Basically explains his backstory, and I don't know if that killed the series or not. I know it's
you mean the coach
I watched like a couple.
The coach with the pompadour, right?
Not the pompadour, no.
Maybe
if he was a kid, maybe he had a pompadour. I don't remember, but I don't like the actual coach in the series. He does not have a pompadour.
I forget who's the pompadour guy. It's just
that's Takahara or Takamura. He's the he's the world champion.
Like I haven't read or watched Ippo in a long time, so like
it's a very good series.
It is good.
I really like it.
Really long. It's really long too. It's a long running series, so it's like. So it's kind of hard.
My biggest problem with Hajime no Ippo is the fact that it's like the seasons change which character they follow. Whereas like the main character follows Ippo, who is like just the main character. He learns about boxing and everything and wants to become the best boxer and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. The second season, I'm pretty sure, follows Takamura, who is basically the mentor character that gets Ippo into learning boxing in the first place. And like they're under the same gym, so it's like he's in the first as well. But the second season is trying to take on the world champion and becoming the world champion boxer and all this stuff. And it was that was like it was fine and everything, but I was like I want to know what Ippo's going through. And then the third season is about the coach basically telling his backstory. And it's interesting and everything because it talks about like the being dropped and like the main and like the main character is the coach. So like the coach and like another one of his friends who is another coach in the series. They both are in love with this one girl, and then the girl with radiation poisoning. Right after the nukes dropped and everything.
Oh, so it's based more on like World War II.
Yeah, it's basically like they were in the army when they weren't off doing army things. They were stationed on a base and they
did boxing and stuff,
past time and stuff like that. And it was like and like so this girl of both these characters, she is actually dying of radiation sickness because this is. Bombs dropped, and so it was like that's a whole thing that was going on with that, and I thought it was a good series, but it was like it didn't do anything for the main series, the previous two seasons for the series, and then
it didn't really develop Ippo as much more farther.
Yeah, it more developed the coach and his story, which I mean is cool and all, but I want to know
what Ippo's doing.
It's like I don't know if season killed the series or what, but it was like after that season there hasn't been a new one, so I don't know what's going on with that. But
there hasn't been any new anime adaptations announced for Ippo, and it's still going on. I mean, it's still in Shonen Magazine. I mean, it's still there.
Well, okay then. I reckon if you want a boxing anime, I think Hajime no Ippo is one of the top. I know Baki the Grappler is a really popular one.
The Baki franchise is really good. Yes, right now they're the current series baki-dou with Baki in the word Baki in katakana and do in kanji. The 2018 series currently that's running. That one's based now. Baki's learning sumo.
Oh, okay.
Because every series he tries to learn a new martial arts. To beat his father. I think he's already fought his father. I know he's already fought his father. It's been a while since I because the whole reason Baki's whole goal is to become the strongest man in the world.
Be the best there ever was.
Yeah, to be the strongest man in the world to beat his father.
Okay.
Yeah, because his father is basically a demon, not like a demon, but he's the best fighter in the world, and he's basically
no one can beat him.
Yujiro Hama is basically the most undefeatable human being on the planet.
Okay.
You know what I mean? This guy could probably defeat a whole war, worth of people, plus more, and just now be just breakfast alone for Yujiro Hama.
Okay.
Yeah, and Baki trying to train to defeat his father. I forget if he's already defeated his father or not, but no, I don't think he has completely. They fought each other and have an understanding, but I forget. It's been a while since I looked around. I look into Baki every once in a while, and I think for the podcast we'll read Baki one day.
Eventually, one day.
Yeah, eventually one day we'll get into the franchise.
If anything, add it to the wheel. It'll be brought up.
Yeah. I don't think that'll be a real one, because I actually do really like Baki, and
okay.
It is, because it is a big part of Shonen Champion, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is a big part of Shonen Champion, so and it is really good. I will admit, I was reading reading little bits and pieces of baki-dou and the original Baki series, and it's really good. I like how the fights are. The fights are kind of pump you up and stuff, and it's really cool.
Oh yeah, definitely. Sports anime in general is just the opening theme that they get for sports anime, it gets you pumped. You want to move. It makes you want to do things. It's the music for it is just
especially for the original Baki TV series. That's one of my favorite ones. Where it's kind of just techno, so it starts I believe that it's so cool. You know what I mean?
Jumping away from boxing for a minute, just to talk about Hikaru no Go. Sorry, that's not what I was talking about.
Hikaru no Go is still technically a sport, because
I was going to ask. I mean, the reason why that popped in my head, I was going to sport, because I would love to talk about that, but not talking about that. Talking about Haikyuu, the volleyball anime.
Yeah.
I took volleyball in high school. I'm pretty sure it was a prerequisite thing or whatever like that. I love volleyball.
We weren't on the volleyball. Okay. Yeah, no, we did. Yeah, we did volleyball in high school.
Yeah, we did volleyball together a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I like volleyball as a sport.
Yeah, it's fun.
I would love playing with friends and everything. I'm a person in everything, so it's even playing. I'm just a casual person. Those League of Legends, I got into that for a little bit.
I saw that it said on Discord that you played League of Legends.
I cannot do ranked. I cannot play games for a ranked series or anything like that. But I love. But it's. But it was at the same time so just in general competitive person, I don't care whether I win or
it's just about
playing kind of thing. But
I remember one time
up Hikaru no Go. Watching Haikyuu, watching the anime Haikyuu, I have never been more interested in playing volleyball anime. It gets you pumped and it makes you want to play the game.
Yeah,
at least it did for me. So
The manga is really good too. Like the manga is really good. It's still running in Jump. So I mean, hey, like I read.
Can't wait for the next season of the anime because it's gonna be great.
Yeah, that is coming out actually pretty soon.
I cannot wait for it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, and what I say that would probably be like if you're gonna pick a sports manga to read on the podcast, you'd probably pick that one.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, because that's one I read the first like volume or two, and I did like it. It's just like because I read so much other stuff, I kind of had to drop it for a while. But I'll definitely, if we read that on the podcast, I'll definitely pick that one back up.
It's again one of those things where it's like nothing super crazy happens. Like probably the craziest thing is like there's two main characters really. There's this one kid that wants to be the best volleyball player. There's another kid that the main character wanted to beat, but they end up being on the same team together, so they end up working together, and they come up with this thing where it's like the one kid is the best setter like ever, and the other kid is just like he's super fast and he can jump high. Like that's his whole deal. And so they have this thing where it was like they can set the setter sets the ball like before the spiker even jumps to like hit the ball and everything like that. And it was like there's this whole thing about how it was like in the second season, I want to say. The main character like goes and talks to this teacher, and this teacher explains to him the different tempos of spiking and how is like the spiker runs to get the ball before the spiker even sets it, and there's a second tempo where he sets it, or there's the second tempo where it's like a little bit faster, and which is where the setter sets the ball like directly as the spiker is primed to like hit it and everything. The main characters of the series are so it's one part where like this teacher explains this all to him, and then he finally goes to see them and see them as they play. Yeah, and then like he realizes it's like, oh, this crazy that they do. This isn't first tempo. This isn't even zero tempo. This is minus tempo, where the setter sets the ball before the spiker even gets in place, and it's like it's just so fast that it's just like it's crazy. But it's other than that, there's no supernatural anything. It's just they're really fast, and they believe in each other to like make it happen and all this stuff.
I like that it's rivals working together. You know, I mean, that's...
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the other thing too. Is like the main rival character is the partner. So it's like it's really interesting. Like I really love it, and like what been the mood to play volleyball than watching.
Like Prince of Tennis, Prince of Tennis is really good too.
Don't even talk to me about Prince of Tennis.
What do you have? Like
Prince? Okay, so first season, you know, the beginning part of Prince of Tennis is fine when they're just playing tennis and everything. And then there's like anime-wise anyway. There's the first Prince of Tennis series, and then there's a second Prince of Tennis series. The second series,
what you mean, Shin Prince of Tennis? High
school tournament that they're going to go do this like I don't know if it's the high school tournament or if it's the state tournament or what, but I think it's the state tournament, maybe possibly. But like they're going to go do this tournament.
Yeah,
and it just goes like the first part is just like it's fine. The first series is just fine. Tennis, it's whatever.
The original Prince of Tennis
series.
And they did have some things about like the one guy, the guy with the bandana, like
he has his like snake shot or whatever. Yeah, it's like everybody has their own like specific techniques or anything, but it's humanly possible to pull off. Yeah. And then in the second series that they put out, it just goes balls to the wall crazy. Where it was the main character learns the main character learns this new serve called the tornado. he jumps into the air and he does a bunch of spins before hitting the ball. And then he hits the ball so hard that a literal tornado forms in the stadium that they're playing against. And then like there's this other guy who like super hard, and it was like so in the original guy that like I can't remember the name of the technique, but he hits the ball super hard that the opponent can't return it. That's his whole deal. There's another character on the like the main team that the main series like focuses around and everything.
Mhm.
He basically picks up the technique and starts using it himself because he's also crazy strong. So he starts using that, and then in the new series they fight the older brother of the guy that guy learned the technique from, and it was his technique that he originated and everything like that. And then it turns out like he has 100 different versions of the technique, and like every version that he has is slightly stronger than the previous one. And it gets to the point where it's like he's hitting the ball, and then like the guy's like using his technique and ramping up like the difficulty level or whatever. Like he's hitting it stronger and stronger, and then like the guy from the main team that the series follows like tries to return it, and each time he tries to return it, he gets flung back into the bleachers because it's so powerful and stuff like that. And it's like it just gets ridiculous. And then the like just like the final showdown between the main character and the main like villain, I'm doing air quotes here, villain character, he hits the ball so hard that like the opponent back, but he hits it so that it hits the wire of like the net of the tennis thing, and the ball spins so fast that it cuts in half and like splits in half. And then so the main character hits both halves as they go in different directions to like the enemy, and the enemy goes to hit the ball again, hits both halves back again, and then like the main character goes to hit, like the main halves come back together all again, and the main character hits it to spike it down, and like the enemy is sitting there as both halves like split to both sides. And it's like it gets so ridiculous in anime that it's like even I was just like, the original seasons were just so much better than this. This is just absolutely ridiculous.
The original series, and then okay, so the second series, they were wearing red coats, right?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah,
There's
that's
this other
Shin
part. I just want to say there's this one character that specifically plays duos with like doubles with another guy, but that guy like hurt his wrist, so like he couldn't play in that game. So the other guy that was his partner had to play a singles match. And it's like he's known for playing doubles matches, and so it was like he started playing, and it was just like, oh man, like this is getting so like difficult. Like I'm more comfortable playing doubles, and so he starts. They explain it by like there's this thing that Japanese students do, I guess, where they jump side to side.
Mm-hmm.
The character that's playing it holds the record for the school for being able to jump side to side so fast. And so basically what he does is like he likes to play doubles so much that he does the whole jumping side to side thing to create a copy of himself. So he's playing a doubles match in the city he's playing, and it was like there was all these different scenes where it was like his second half is like jumping on his back, giving him a piggyback ride and all this stuff, and it's literally like he's playing there's two different people on this singles match, and even the ref stops, hey, it's illegal to have, and the guy's like, what are you talking about? It's just me, and he's like, oh well, okay, I guess that's fine then, the game can continue. It's just this thing that like he jumps back and forth so fast it makes everybody think there's two people playing this game, and it's just like, what the fuck am I watching kind of thing.
It's been a while. I read the original manga, and I saw the original anime. The original anime was more down, still had its wackier moments, but still was a little more down to earth.
Yeah,
and like was still a little more down to earth than And then I read a little bit of Shin, of the sequel, Shin Prince of Tennis. And yeah, like you said, I think from what I remember, I didn't read much of it. I read like a couple volumes of it. It's like, yeah, from what you said, basically it parodies itself. Yes.
There's also this whole thing where it was like the so the main characters, I think, is Ryoma.
Yeah,
Ryoma's
Ryoma
dad. Yeah, Ryoma's dad is a pro tennis player, but he never showed up to his like debut match, whatever. So he never became like a pro player or like the world champion or
yeah,
supposed to be. And then at the end of the main series, it shows like, you know, the goes on to be a pro player, and then there he has his debut match against and then Ryoma doesn't show up for his match. And then it shows him like he's just kind of like on a hillside chilling, like sleeping, like watching the sunset or whatever.
Yeah, I think Ryoma goes back to America. You mean?
Yeah, he goes back to America or something like that.
Yeah, because he wasn't. From what I remember, he wasn't born in Japan. He was born in like New York City.
I think so. I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he was born, like I remember him. Ryoma was a transfer student when he went to Japan because his father's Japanese. His parents are Japanese, but I know he was born in
But America. He was in America for the longest time.
Yeah. So like, I remember that. It's like it's been a while since I read the original Prince of Tennis. I gotta do that again, because that.
No, you don't. You shouldn't watch the Prince of Tennis because it's a shit anime.
No, the manga I gotta read.
Okay, read the manga. I'm sure it's great.
Yeah, the manga.
I know my other biggest problem was just the fact that it was like I guess like with Dragon Ball Z and like with Bleach and all those other series, like you know how there's the bar, there's the power scale or whatever, and then like the main character has to like overcome it or whatever. It was like it literally got to the point where like everybody was hitting the ball with such force that like when the other person went to hit it, like the net for the tennis racket stretched so far, it looked like they were playing tennis with butterfly nets, and it's just ridiculous. That's crazy. So yeah. Long story short, the first couple seasons of the first series of Prince of Tennis is really good. The second series of Prince of Tennis should be avoided like the plague.
So Shin Prince of Tennis, if you're watching anime wise,
yeah,
that should be avoided like the plague because I remember you reading the manga that the manga of Shin was more of a parody of it kind of felt like a parody of itself. But Shin Prince of Tennis is monthly now. It's a monthly series, so it takes a lot longer for chapters to come out of that.
Yeah.
And apparently the creator Takeshi Konami he gets a lot of like Valentine's Day chocolates every year for the the Prince of Tennis characters from fangirls.
Okay.
And like he pretty much can now live off chocolate. That's how much chocolate he gets. It's like in the thousands. You know, and it's addressed to the characters from Prince of Tennis. And it's become like a tradition now to do like a Valentine's Day chocolate count every year.
That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, and now he basically is like, I don't know what to do with all this chocolate.
I have so much.
Yeah, literally, he has all this chocolate. He's like, I got enough chocolate to last me a lifetime.
That's actually too funny.
That is actually really funny. Okay, another sports manga. One I'm currently reading, I'm trying to keep up with, is Yowamushi Pedal.
Okay. I did not read this manga anime. I'm pretty sure there's an anime for it.
Yes.
I did not watch it. I did watch Overdrive,
season.
which is another like cycling anime. But that's as far as my knowledge goes for bicycle.
Bicycle. Yowamushi Pedal's about like an otaku, like an otaku high school student who apparently is really good at bicycling, but he wanted to start an anime club. But then he does join the cycling team, and it shows like a lot of people see the potential in him. You know what I mean? It's like it's the little guy kind of like rising up type of thing, because like he could make from Chiba to Akihabara. You know, he could do a complete bike ride from Chiba to Akihabara in no time.
Okay.
And that's actually a bike riding to those places from Chiba Prefecture to Akihabara is actually pretty far.
Yeah, that's like, it's not across Japan, is it? But it's still like pretty far.
Yeah, it's pretty far. It's a pretty far for a bike ride. Yeah, it's pretty far. You know, and
yeah.
Right now I'm like 8 volumes in, and right now they're getting into this like big race, and it's like, and like the main character just made it by like a hair to be in this big race.
That's what I loved about Overdrive was the fact that it's like like, you know, like when race, there's like different checkpoints and everything. Like the main character, like he's trying to like race his heart out in this like big race that himself that he can do. Like him and his school team, their goal is to aim for like the Tour de France or whatever, like the largest bike race ever or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like he's trying to so there's these different checkpoints, and it was like I think the first checkpoint like somebody else, and like the second checkpoint he's like I have to prove myself, I have to show myself, so he pushes himself second, but it takes like all of his, so he losing the race. I'm pretty sure he's the last one to finish, but he was the first one to cross the second checkpoint. Yeah, a big achievement for him. So it was just one of those things where it was like the main character, like, you know, he doesn't win. Like he's not like he's the main character, but he's not the main. Okay, I guess he's the main protagonist, but he's not the main character.
Oh, like it's one
so
of those...
it's like he doesn't win. Like I said, like he ends up losing the race. He's the last one to finish. But
so
it was
he doesn't have like main character power. Like,
yeah, like I'm pretty sure. Like I think his team might have won,
but he was the one that made
the team
winning.
captain for like the team captain for his like squad that he's part of. I think ended up, but he himself came in last place after winning the second checkpoint, and that was it.
But Overdrive shows them more of just improving yourself more than winning.
There's all I have gripes. There's this one like main antagonist who is this other guy who's like bicycling, but he never talks about how good he is at bicycling. And there's this one like it shows like a flashback where it shows like the main antagonist has a scar on the back of one of his legs, and then there's this one brief flashback, him at the bottom of this hill with his bike knocked leg bleeding profusely, and then that's it. And then like it cuts to like back into the future and everything, and he has a scar on his
leg.
Never explains that. So I'm sure like the manga goes into more detail about that, but for the anime, it basically was a thing that happened. Now back to the actual story, and that's like one of my major gripes with the series. But one of the things that I was saying that I did like about it was the fact that I was like the main character is not the hero of the series. Like he accomplished one goal and that was it, and the rest of his team basically won the race or whatever. But it was like he himself didn't do much.
Yeah, that's the same thing like with they just finished in the old Mushipeta where I'm at. They finished like this big summer camp thing to qualify to be in this like big race thing against another school or something like that.
Yeah.
And the main character Onoda Sakamichi Onoda, he made because you had to do 1,000 kilometers or something like that. But yeah, kilometers, I think. You had to do 1,000 kilometers is like the minimum you had to do to be qualified.
Yeah.
And he makes it, but the captain was really against him being in that race. And then their coach teacher. Their coach teacher, like when they were taking supplementary classes, because the main character, some of the main characters are first years in high school, and then the English teacher who is like the best, like I think the most best represented foreigner character ever.
Okay.
No, I'm serious because like he's not treated like a joke character.
Okay.
Like he takes the sport seriously, and he's like a motivator and stuff. And he shows like, look, I have something for you, Onoda. Like, are you gonna race? No, I thought the captain didn't want me to. No, you're gonna race, boy. He pulls out the jersey and everything for Onoda. And he's like, oh my god, awesome! It's cool though.
That's good.
But it is one of those ones that it's very famous for having some facial expressions like that are really exaggerated sometimes. It's very famous for that. But that's later in the manga, I think. I haven't gotten to that point yet where they show the character with the most exaggerated facial expressions.
I mean, I don't have a problem with that. I think that's fine.
And it also has it has a separate side series called Yomushi Peril's Spare Bike. And it shows the third years in the team what they were like in first years.
Okay.
When the main characters are starting out, you know?
Yeah.
So it's actually really cool. It expands the world a little more. It's not like, and like the Spare Pedal series is not bad either.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and like the rival character is actually not a dick. You know, he actually helps the main character from time to time because he actually sees the potential in the main character.
Okay.
And like, so it's not like everybody's like a dick in the team. You know what I mean? So
I mean that's new. That's something that's not really done.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like at least the first they all work together. You know.
Yeah.
It's a really good series. I recommend that one.
Okay.
It's been a while I've been enjoying a sports manga. Like, a really good, like, a one like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see that.
And, let's see, there's, Hikaru
no Go. Very good.
Hikaru no Go, yeah, technically, yeah. Even though it's a tabletop game, it's still technically a sport.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically chess, technically. So,
yeah.
It's a Japanese chess.
Yeah. Well, no, Japanese chess is shogi.
Okay, well, whatever. I'm not gonna lie. I watched Hikaru no Go twice now. One Japanese, and I still don't really fully understand how the game works, but I sort of kind of do.
Yeah, me too. I played it a little bit. I played it.
I downloaded an app on my phone to that's Go, and tried to like learn how to play Go through that, and I still don't fully understand it. I can't even beat a computer, but it's I'm slowly learning.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a really good manga. I love.
I would love to learn more about shogi, because I mean, as great as Go is, is a little understandable. So
I think shogi's because it is more like chess. So I mean,
yeah.
So I think shogi would be more people's. If you're gonna play a Japanese game like that, I would think shogi would be more people's speed. Because
I can agree with that.
if you have a basic understanding of chess,
Then you can understand shogi pretty well.
you can understand shogi, I guess, a little bit. I don't know. I've never played shogi.
Okay.
So I played Go before, and I was able to do it. I wasn't able to beat anybody, but I was able to play it. Like, okay. I mean, not confidently, but okay.
All right. Grandmaster Go player Kyle over here,
Like,
the Otaku Go player.
but it's fun. Go is fun. Like, and Hikaru no Go is a really good manga too. Like the manga and the anime are really good, and I will admit, like, it's in my top 25 favorite manga of all time.
It's a very good one. I know I was kind of upset with just like how the ending of the anime, how it was just kind of like Sai never really explained the fact. Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Explained the fact that he was fading away, and then he just kind of, and then Hikaru's just kind of like, oh well, okay, I guess I'll just play Go. Taught me, and it goes on
and
to be like the Grandmaster or whatever. But he goes on to play Go and be good at it and everything. Yeah. So I mean, like, he kind of like brings Sai's like spirit back, kind of thing. But it was like Sai himself is no longer in the series, and it was like I thought that was kind of lame.
I was bummed about that.
I wanted Sai to say.
Sai was a really cool character, you know.
Yeah.
My favorite.
I would have loved it if he was still in it.
One of my favorite matches in Hikaru no Go was where Hikaru was versing the Korean kid Soo Young Hong.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that was a really good match.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, that was one of my favorites. And it just showed like Soo Young just being like frustrated with Hikaru. Like, how can you just be so like happy-go-lucky and play this game when he's one of those people that took the game really seriously, and you know what I mean?
There was this one moment where Hikaru, like, to the train station or whatever, the bus station or whatever, and like the main antagonist character, who is like just another guy who's like good. Yeah, like he's walking about like professional Go players, and Hikaru makes a comment that's like, maybe I'll be pro one day, and like the main antagonist is like, dude, you can't say that. Like, being a professional Go player takes years of experience and all this play. Like, make it sound like it's so easy to do, and like I'm sitting there watching this, thinking that it's like, this is something I would say. That it's like, I don't care if it was like, you know, like, I'm not saying that it's, you know, easy to go do. I'm just saying I'm gonna be the best at it. Like, it's something I would say.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought that was an over-exaggeration on his part.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Akira was like, he was pretty much gatekeeping.
Yeah,
in a sense, because his father was like a big deal in the Go circuit.
Yeah, his father's like one of the pros. I don't remember what rank he is, but I know he's one of.
I think it's Meijin. Yeah, I mean, which is like the highest rank you can be.
Yeah, the Grand Master in chess terms.
Yeah, so it's like Akira. It's like he's kind of gatekeeping, but you can kind of understand why he's gatekeeping it.
Yeah.
At the same time. But the way he goes about it is sort of very douchebaggery.
Yeah.
Like, it's just really funny. You know?
It's like one of those, like, I do it a lot, like whenever I play any, it's like, I'm gonna be the best at this. And everyone's just like, yeah, like, you know, it's really difficult. You really gotta focus in on it, and you gotta do all this stuff. And it's like, I never said it was gonna be easy. I just said I'm gonna be the best at it. Like,
yeah. I'm gonna just do my best at it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, it can be as difficult as it wants to be. Someone's gotta be the best at it.
See, Hikaru no Go is basically like a sports manga, you know? You know, even though it's not a conventional like physical sport.
I gotta say, like, there's Hikaru no Go, there's shogi anime. Where's the chess anime? I just want an anime about chess players.
Actually, yeah, there's no. I've not seen anything a manga about regular chess. Actually, that would be interesting.
All right, that's my next project. That's what I'll work on. I'll make a
like that would be interesting.
I'll sweep the world. Everybody will know my name
in chess. Which, like, chess, I don't know, like, yeah, or checkers.
This is one of those things that kind of like baffles me, where it's like, yeah, okay, like there is like this world circuit, this like grandmaster kind of chess, but it was like it's one of those things where it's like I never think as being as big as it actually is. I think of chess as like a dying sport, but it's like that's not true. Like, I mean, I guess maybe it is true. Maybe it is sort of kind of on the decline, but it's like it still has quite.
There's many people that play it. I mean, even
if they're not doing it professionally, like everybody, like I mean, I know a lot of people that know how to play chess. So it's like chess is not going to die anytime soon, but it's like maybe
professionally,
like,
yeah.
Like it's still popular.
Yeah, it's still popular. It's still around. It's like let's see. I've read like mahjong. Like mahjong is now considered a national sport in Japan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Richi mahjong, which is their version of it. Yeah, is now a national sport in Japan. Which the manga Akagi would technically be a sports manga now.
I was about to ask, like, do they have a computer that plays mahjong? Because I know that was a big thing in America. I think it was in America. They somebody created an algorithm, like AI system that can play chess, and they started like they found all like the pros, the chess pitted them against
the chess player.
And it was like, I don't know if the computer actually.
One
like the player actually like one like the world I think still ended up like they made this program that is like a professional chess player but like in computer form. I'm just curious, like do they have a professional mahjong player in computer form?
No, not that I know of, but
I mean I know the Japanese are better at technology than we are.
But I know there's plenty of mahjong video games and stuff. So I mean, and you know what I mean, most of the people who play mahjong are like salarymen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Salarymen, yakuza are now it's going to be an Olympic sport. Technically.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. There might be Olympic champions of mahjong.
I'd watch Olympic mahjong.
Yeah,
I'd do it.
Mahjong, like Richi mahjong, is pretty cool. I mean, it's just hard. It's just hard to remember sometimes.
Yeah.
And like Akagi did it. It was really cool, but a match in the anime for Akagi would take like 3 episodes. And the anime was only 26 episodes. And the manga is like 30 something volumes.
Okay, talking about episodes and anime wise, I want to talk about Big Wind Up is a baseball anime. And
I've heard that.
It's good. I did enjoy it. I am upset because 6 episodes long, and over those 26 episodes, they only played 2 games. Like, there's one game where there's like it's a warm-up game against one of their like rival teams that they play or whatever, and they play that, and then it's like, oh, we're gonna play the international like high school league or whatever, and like they make mention of the fact that they've been playing all summer long and they played like all these different games, but they just mention them. They don't actually show anything from them. They just mention the fact that they play them, and then the final like game with the last like 8 episodes is them playing this other team in this high school league.
Oh, you mean like Koshin, or?
I think so. I'm not. I don't fully remember. They're in this tournament and they play against this other high school that they're playing against, and they do end up winning. Spoiler alert! They end up winning the game and everything like that. But that's where it ends, and there's no other seat. I think it's 2 seasons long, and
it was like, 2 seasons of 13 episodes.
Yeah, and it was like, look, that's it. Like they beat, and then like as far as it goes, and it's just like one of the things that like really irritates me is the fact that it's like it was a good series, but they only play 2 games. Like everything else is them like practicing and like learning how to be better at baseball, and then they mention these other games, but you don't actually see them playing these other games. And it's like the only games they show are 2. And it's like, I wish there was more. It was, like I said, it was a good series. I did enjoy it. I just wish there was more them playing baseball.
Here, let me see something real quick about Big Wind Up. Let me see. Big Wind Up. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's called OTAKU Furikabute. Okay. It's set in Saitama. Oh, okay. They're middle school.
Are they a middle school group?
Yeah, it's big. It's called Big Wind Up. It's they're in middle school. Yeah. And how long was the manga? It came out. Oh, the manga was still going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the manga is apparently still going, and it 31 volumes or so. And here it even on this site I'm looking at, it shows when the anime starts. It starts at volume 1, chapter 1, and season 1 ends at volume 8, chapter 16, and then season 2 is from volume 9 to volume 15. So the anime only covers the first 15 volumes of the manga.
Okay. Well, if they ever create more,
well, there is a manga. There is a manga. See,
I mean, yeah, we can watch it, like, or we can read it. It's fine.
Yeah.
But
and there's also a side story too, apparently. So Chisaku Furibate. It's just a little side story. It's nothing too big, but Okiku Furikabute, or Big Wind Up, yeah. So it's apparently, yeah. Let me see if that's correct though, because sometimes that might not be completely correct if it's 31 volumes. Let me go on my good old Amazon Japan. Um, yeah, currently 31, and that came out. Okay, yeah, so currently 31 volumes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's so they kind of so. Do you remember when the anime adaptation came out?
No idea. I just found it on Hulu the one day and watched it.
Hmm. Okay. But no, that sounds pretty good. I'd be down to reading that. Like baseball
Like I
manga,
said, it's a good series. I just,
there is.
longer. Wish there was more actual baseball and less practicing.
Hmm. Well, probably the manga has more than actually my favorite baseball manga. This is actually another one of my favorite sports manga. It's Mr. Full Swing.
Mr. Full Swing. Okay.
That was in Jump. It has a lot more comedy, but there's also a good amount of like serious baseball in it too. Like, and it's really funny, but it's also like it's also very serious too. Like, it kind of reminds me how Kinnikuman first started out as more of started as like a superhero gag manga,
Yeah.
and then went on to being like a more serious wrestling manga with just some lighthearted comedy. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it follows that kind of like how the Dragon Ball type thing, which Kinnikuman was kind of like the first to do that
Yeah.
type of thing. Mr. Full Swing's really good though, I would say. And let's see. Let's see what other sports manga.
I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure I hit all the bases I've watched at least.
Mm, um. There's one I had that got canceled very early.
Oh.
Called Ole Golazo. It's a soccer manga
Mhm.
that got canceled in Jump. And it just like it starts out really good, and then it shows them actually being professional towards the end because it got canceled.
Nice.
It kind of rushes that, and it's like shit. Oh, here's one I want to talk about. Ashita Nojo. That one,
Ashton Nojo.
it's a box. It's like the best boxing manga.
Okay.
It's older. It came out in like the 50s and 60s.
Okay.
But like it's a classic boxing manga about Joe Yabuki. Like he's sort of like a delinquent like runaway, and he just learns how to be a better person through boxing and stuff. And he fights his rival, uh Toru Rikishi, and he dies in the ring. Like he has a rival while Joe's in prison, and like and it's a very famous manga. Like it's very famous, it's very beautiful. Like hell, when the main rival died, there was even a big funeral happened.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was that popular. You know what I mean? And then and okay, spoilers for anybody who has not read or even watched the anime adaptation for Ashita Nojo. The main character dies at the end.
Wow. That's actually not many animes do that.
No, like the ending of the series is the main character dying in the ring.
Wow. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh shit. Away from what you're saying, but I just remembered Megaloboxing or Megalobox, I think
Yeah,
is what it's called.
that is the modern remake of Ashita Nojo.
Okay, yeah. It's I watched that, and that was incredible, actually. I know, like a friend of mine is like people boxing with like the
With these
like
metal arms.
enhancements and whatnot, and
Yeah.
I was just like that's cool and all, but it's like I want to see like regular modern boxing people, and that's when they told me that it was like Joe, the main character. His whole deal is he boxes without any gear or anything. He just like normally boxes people, and it's really cool. Yeah, after watching it, I'm not gonna lie. The last episode, I'm kind of like confused about like how. Like, I'm not really confused. Like I understand like what happened, but it was like it kind of like the second to last episode is the main character Joe fighting against like the main antagonist character. The and then like the end of that episode is like not really clear on what happens, and then the final episode of the series is the match is done with and Joe won, but like they don't really go into too much about like like how the match actually ended or anything like that,
or how
it's
Joe
more just,
is Joe alive, or
well, Joe's still alive, like he's still in it, but it was
because what it's based on, Ashita Nojo.
Yeah.
The original manga and anime that's sort of based because that was made for its 50th anniversary.
Okay.
So it is tied to Ashinojo in some way. You know what I mean? It was made for its anniversary, and the thing is, like I said, Joe dies after winning his match.
Oh shit.
Yeah, at the end. And after he kind of like he redeemed himself as like from this low life punk. Not really, he wasn't really a low life, but he was just more of a troublemaker.
He was a underground boxer.
Yeah, well in Megalobox, but in Ashinoja he was just kind of a drifter who ran or orphan who ran away. You know.
Okay.
And ran into this like kind of poor town. Kind of started causing trouble, and then he got reformed through boxing. Okay. You know, it's sort of like an underdog rising up from the poor, rising up from your bad situation type of story. You know,
yeah.
Like sees like, and just and actually, if you watch them Gurren Lagann, you know what I mean. You know, when Kamina dies, and you see like Kamina show like his taking his last breath.
Yeah.
And it showed like the white, sketchy background.
Yeah.
And it showed like the light on him. That's actually a reference to Joe's death.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The famous scene where Joe died. And yeah, I really recommend Ashinojo if you want to watch the anime or read the manga. The anime, from what I remember, is pretty accurate to the manga. So it's online. It's on. I know the anime is on Crunchyroll, too. And Megalobox was like an alternate remake of Ashinojo.
Okay.
So I mean,
I watched Megalobox and it's really good, and I do recommend that as a series if anybody's interested.
Which that does have a manga adaptation too.
Definitely read the original, just to like know what the series is about and everything. Because that a friend of mine watched Megalobox, and after a while of saying it's like, yeah, I don't really care about it, I was finally like, well, I got nothing else to watch, so I'll check it out, and it was definitely well worth the watch. I'm very pleased that I did so.
Yeah, I've heard much about it. I haven't watched it, but like I heard much about it. I heard like I know a lot more about the publicity behind it because like I said, it's technically a new like a remake
Yeah.
of Ashita Nojo.
I just know, like in Megalobox, the main character Joe is his tag like he wants to become a professional boxer, and but like his whole thing is like he fights in underground and he throws mat like everything so that like he's like that kind of like and not really like dirty underhanded boxer, but like he's not a boxer. He throws mat
Oh, he
to
throws.
win money and stuff like that, and so that like other people
Oh,
aren't actually
he'll
that
bet
good.
on himself to lose and.
Well, his coach basically makes deals with people and is like, "We'll let your guy win for
For
money."
X amount of
So
money.
yeah, so he ends up throwing matches for all these different people, but Joe doesn't want that life. Joe wants to be an actual boxer. So then, like, he finally decides that he's going to do it, but it's like his gear breaks, and it's like he's actually like really good as a fundamentalist boxer. Oh well, it's like if we want to become a boxer, we got to have a gimmick, and it's like that's it, that's our gimmick. You will be Gearless Joe, and that's his stage name. Is he goes in fighting without any gear at all, and still ends up winning, and all this stuff, and there's this whole thing where it was like the main, which is like these loan shark people, so it ends up becoming a thing, but the main is this like Russian guy who signed up for this like high tech company. New like it's called Second Skin, whereas like everybody else has this like rig set up. Like this main antagonist guy, like he just has metal plating over his arms, and like that's it. And he
Really?
sees Joe fighting. He sees Joe fighting and everything, and he's like he makes a point where it's like he goes and like he talks to like these other people and is like, I want this rig completely removed, where it's like gearless Joe has fought all this way to like the main ring without any gear. I want to fight him on his terms. So the final fight is between Joe and the main, but the main antagonist, like for the first time ever in like years, shows up on stage and he has his gear like removed from him, and it's like this whole big thing because it was like attached by like neuroscience and all this stuff. So he had to go through this painstakingly long like recovery period and all this stuff. But it was like so he finally like he fights Joe as like no like the final fight of this box to show off this like gear technology. The final fight is between two people fighting completely gearless, just 100% just like
Hand to hand.
original hand-to-hand combat thing, no enhancements whatsoever. And yeah, it's really intense. It's really recommend.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like it's really good.
Yeah, like in Ashita Nojo though, like Joe never wanted to be a boxer. He just kind of like just scrapped around for like food and stuff. Like he
For
stole.
money, yeah.
Yeah. He like and he like what was it? He tried to steal from a rich person's house with a bunch
Gets
of kids.
caught,
With
I'm
a bunch of
assuming.
kids. Yeah, he got caught. And like this old boxer named Tange Dampe. He like he sees the potential that Joe has after seeing him in a street fight.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and he tries to work it out, and he tries to work with him, and then all of a sudden, like, Joe fakes like he's going along with it, and then he starts to, that's when he tries to steal something from the rich lady's house, and then gets and then gets into another street fight and like gets thrown in prison, and then he goes to the prison, and Dompe is there to actually teach boxing to the prisoners.
Oh.
Yeah, he goes there to teach boxing to the prisoners, and so he can be with Joe. And so and Joe's at first like, no, I don't want to do this shit. Fuck you, old man. And then when he saw Toru Rikishi beat him up, and that's when he like starts getting serious about it.
Like, okay, I have to get serious about this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he actually starts like training and stuff, and he starts actually he gets good and good and good, and then he wins, he loses, he starts doing good. Rikishi dies in prison, dies in the ring.
No, not Rikishi.
Yeah, and then way after that Joe dies in the ring. I know I'm skipping a whole bunch of major plot stuff. But it's really good.
Man, get to the good parts.
Yeah, Joe dies. But it's not like that death was shocking. I mean,
yeah.
Even for now, even someone like me who knows, that's still a good way to kill off a main character and have the story end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like some manga kill the main character off in the middle of the series and then have the story go on and not know what the fuck to do after that.
Have side characters pick everything up.
Yeah. Or like in this one manga, it's not a sports manga, but I was reading Magical Girl's Sight, and the whole she has this douchebag brother who basically she basically says she's the the reason she has to be that she has to protect the world and make sure that nobody's stressed out and everything is so she has to be the punching bag of the world, and it's like no. No, they had to give this brother a redemption arc and shit. Like, no, you didn't have to do that. You could have just killed his ass. You could have walked away. You could have killed his ass. Yeah, but no, you had to give a redemption arc to that guy.
That's modern anime for you. That's modern media for you.
Which no, they did make that series into an anime, and they cut out a lot of shit from the manga. They cut out a lot of shit.
Interesting.
Yeah. Because they had to fit everything in 12 episodes. They had to fit 16 volumes worth of material in 12 episodes. So, alright. Anything else you want to talk about for sports manga wise?
No, that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah, I think that's all I got too. I feel like sports manga is really good. Yeah, I mean, there's some really good ones, and there's some ones that
sports manga, sports anime. I think it's all good. It's all worth a look. I will say, I have friends that are they're not really in and stuff like that, and I will say, at least from my especially with watching Hikaru no Go, Haikyuu, and Hajime no Ippo, even big wind up to an extent. I've never really been a big baseball fan. Watching sports anime has never been more pumped to actually play. It's about good at that. It gets me hyped.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like it does get you pumped a little bit, you know, to actually try it out. You know what I mean?
Their opening theme songs and everything is just like intense. Like there's a lot of just anime like openings that are on my like workout mix that I listen to when I'm at the gym and stuff like that. Like it gets moved in the mood.
It gets you pumping.
Yeah, gets the blood flowing.
And no, I know what you mean. Like yeah, like how you feel. Hell, Slam Dunk did that for an entire generation. You know, so
yeah.
Hey, like, you know what I mean, if one could do that, figure how many other ones did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I would. Okay, give me some recommendations, then we'll sign off. We'll give the audience some recommendations to read and sign off.
I mean, I feel like I already did, but I feel like, my recommendations would be Q, Hikaru no Go, Hajime no Ippo,
and Big Wind Up.
Overdrive was a good one. Big Wind Up was good, but I feel like there are better baseball animes, so I'd look for
find something better.
Yeah, Slam Dunk. Again, I've never personally watched it, but best. So there's that.
I recommend Slam Dunk. Slam Dunk. I recommend Slam Dunk. Captain Tsubasa. Let's see. Well, of course, Hikaru no Go. That's something we both agree on there.
Yeah.
Yomushi Pedal. I really recommend that one for cycling.
Yeah, Overdrive. I recommend the manga for Overdrive because the anime is lacking.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you like the anime and you want to see where it went from there, I mean, if the anime didn't diverge into diverge away from the original source material, then yeah, I'd recommend that too. But like, let's see, I Shield 21 I will recommend because like
I will not. I'm not a anime guru, so I will leave that to.
Yeah, so I recommend I Shield 21 though. That one's really good. So okay, yeah. So we'll see you next time for the next manga talk and whenever we do another manga mini. All right, goodbye.
See ya.
世の中にはエスキモーの鎌倉、わらぶき小屋、竪穴式住居などいろんな建物がありますが、私にうちと呼べるところはなかった。こんちは。みんなはじめは意地悪でも今じゃ大好き。綺麗なお目目のマギーちゃん、高層ヘアのマジさん、リーサは小さな哲学者、マートはみんなを振り回す。大間は明るい男、ごめんなさいねサルモネラ。いいってことや。いらないよクイキーマン、今度は掛け合いだよ。アドリブで歌ってみて。いらないよクイキーマン。フロアがベタベタな。パパを病気にしたマン。レンガ投げよクッキーマン。クイキーマンとど。いらないよクイキーマン。いるもんか。いるもんか。
みんなバッチリ揃って終わったな。いつもより早かったし。
幸せって探せばどこにでもあるのよね。
みんな幸せ見つけたな。家族全員みんな。 なんだあの声は。
いらないよクッキーマン、僕をいる。
おい、アップは幸せじゃない。歌で嘘ついたんだ。嘘もカワウソも俺は嫌いだ。